In today's video, we would like to demonstrate our new advanced telecom product called OmniResponse. It's really cool. Before we get started, I want to tell you about a company who's been providing telecom services since 1985. US Tech is an industry leader in providing low-cost VoIP, UCaaS, SIP trunks, and every kind of telephone service in between. They can drastically lower your phone bills, provide telephone service for your home or business within hours, and provide ongoing technical support along the way. That's US Tech. Call, text, or chat today and let US Tech do the work for you.
The call center you guys are used to today is just a basic, it's great for just basic call routing. It has your simple call queues. You can route there. You can definitely do some reporting with those call queues. But what OmniResponse does, it provides you a lot more channels. From looking at this picture here, you can see in addition to your voice channels, it also has a texting channel, has a web chat channel, has an email channel, and then it has some social networking channels such as Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and then it has a voicemail channel. So if someone leaves you a voicemail, it actually will get dropped into a voicemail queue and will be displayed on a dashboard. So you have that visibility of seeing a voicemail that's waiting to be listened to. And then we also have some outbound dialers, preview dialer, which gives you the ability to upload a list of clients or customers into the system, apply to a campaign. When you start that campaign, it'll give those agents the opportunity to preview who they're calling first before they actually make that outbound call. And then we have an agent list dialer, which works very similar. Upload a list of numbers into the system, apply to a campaign, and then from that campaign, once you start it, you can actually call out and leave a voice message, a voice recording, or an SMS message. So some of the features what OmniResponse has to offer. What Omni has to offer, again, I told you, we talked about those different channels, right? The voice, SMS, web chat, real-time dashboard. So usually that's another big thing. When people want to have, when they kind of go to that next tier or that contact center tier with OmniResponse, they want to have that robust reporting. That's what OmniResponse can offer you. You can do customizable reporting. You have the ability to create reports and display them on the dashboard. So they're not static reports, they're actually refreshing in real time. So you can see those reports up on a dashboard or a wallboard. Talked about the dialers. And then the big thing I think what everybody's kind of excited for is the new AI features. We're gonna have the ability to do call transcription, summarization, topic detection, and sentiment analysis. And when I do my live demo, I'll give you a little taste of that. So just touched on it. The AI suite. So the AI suite comes in two flavors, AI Insights and AI Sidekick. AI Insights is what I just mentioned. It's going to provide you that. So AI Insights is going to provide you transcription, summarization, topic detection, sentiment analysis, and then basically, again, you'll have some reporting on those features. It's all handled post-interaction. So when the call's over, you have the ability to get that information. It is customizable by call queue, as well as you can actually have the ability to assign it on a user basis as well. So which users do you want to give access to it or not? So you have that ability by enabling it at the user level. And then AI Sidekick. This is the real-time transcription. This gives agents the ability to actually transcribe the call in real time, which is great for calls that might be in a loud environment, or maybe it's a caller that has a heavy accent. Instead of saying, "Excuse me, could you repeat yourself?" You have that transcription in front of you, which really helps out with the customer service. And then at the end of the call, you have your smart wrap up, where it's actually going to summarize your call in real time there and give you the ability to take that summary and copy and paste it into your notes for your wrap up. Let's get into it. Let's do a live demo here. So on my screen here, you actually see two browser windows here, right? So I have this one on the left here, which I'm kind of wiggling here. This is when you log in, you actually can be brought into the main screen here, which is like a dashboard. If I'm ready to log in as an agent and start my day taking calls, I would hit this start session button. When I hit that start session button, my agent experience will pop out here to the side. The agent experience, again, this is where you're actually going to take all those different interactions here. So I'm going to actually make this a little bit bigger so you can see what that looks like. When I make that bigger, you'll see a white box appear. That white box is what we refer to as a single inbox or a single pane of glass. This is where all those different interactions come into when you accept a call, text message, web chat, etc. You're going to see some information regarding that customer as well as previous conversation history, and I'll show you what that looks like. But this also is web-based here, right? So you can see I have a URL here, a URL over here. Agent Experience does have the ability for a desktop experience where you can actually download an application to your desktop, double click the icon, open it up, and you'll have your experience agent or desktop experience that way. It's identical to the agent experience. The only difference from the desktop experience and the agent experience is you have the ability to toggle a switch within the agent experience there and basically have that window remain on the top at all times. What do I mean by that? If I click over here, you'll see the agent experience kind of falls behind. With the desktop experience, it's going to remain on the top at all times. Ideal for your power users. Anybody that has a lot of applications open or a lot of web browsers open, I highly recommend just go with the desktop experience there. But before we get started, what I really want to point out is over on the dashboard, you can see I currently have 4 ACD users, which are 4 agents logged in. Looking at this dashboard real quick, everything is color coded. So you can see if an agent was on an inbound call, it would be a bright blue. If they're in a green ready state, it's going to be green. So that's basically going to be it's going to basically tell supervisors that they're logged in, ready to start taking some calls or interactions. Orange would be on an outbound call. Red, meaning they're logged in, they're just not ready to take any interactions at this time. And then navy blue is a wrap-up status. So they're coming to the end of their conversation. Again, these are all here to kind of give that visibility to those supervisors. So looking at this tile here, I can see that I have 4 agents logged in. 3 of them are in a not ready state, 1's in a ready state. Those 3 that are in a not ready state, if I look to the right here, you can actually see the breakdown of what those agents are doing. So if I look at this, I can see I have 2 agents that are currently in a customer meeting and 1 agent that's currently at lunch. Now that 1 agent that we see that is green and ready is actually me here, right here. So you can see up top that I'm in a green ready state. What I like to show is I like to show the refresh rate on this. So I'm going to go ahead and purposely put myself into a not ready state. So I'm going to go ahead and just put myself on break. You're going to see it turn red here. If we look to the left, you can see that dashboard already updated itself. I didn't go over there and refresh the screen, or I didn't have to wait a few seconds or minutes or whatever for it to update. It does it in almost borderline real time, so really giving those supervisors that visibility of what's going on with their agents. So I'm going to go ahead, pull myself back into a green ready state. You'll see it, and there goes that dashboard already updated. So we're in business there. So the way we're going to do this is I'm actually going to focus on the agent experience first. So we'll talk about what the agent goes through, kind of go through all the settings there, and then we'll come back over to the dashboard and we'll go over the supervisor functionality, and we'll finish out with some admin features, and then by that time we should be ready to take some questions here. So we'll start with the agent experience. So I am going to make this a little bit bigger so we focus on this. And the way this is going to work, I'm going to start at the top right of my agent experience, and I'm going to work myself around this window counterclockwise here. So looking at the top right here, you saw me change my state, put myself into a break status. You can see I have training here, not ready, customer meeting, lunch, etc. These are all customizable states. You could put anything in here that makes sense to your business or your customers' needs. This is going to be ideal for pulling reports. If you want to pull reports on your agents, how long they're in a ready state or in a not ready state, and if they are in a not ready state, why are they in a not ready state? What state are they in? You'll have that ability right here with these different not ready states. Going to the far left, you'll see 3 lines here. If I click on that, when I open that up, you'll see a little navigation bar open up. This is showing me the name of the agent that's logged in, what contact center they're logged into, and then right below that, you'll see it says SME user template. These are actually profile templates. You can actually create various profile templates that have maybe different permissions, different cues assigned to it. Maybe it's different languages or skill sets, and you can assign users to those profile templates. Now you'll see when I get down here, you'll see a switch profile. You have the ability to kind of toggle between different profiles, and I'll show you what that looks like when I get down to that section there. Conversation is the main screen that you're on. So if I click on conversation, this is the conversation screen we're on here. Contact manager. So contact manager is a nice little tool here. This is going to actually, you have the ability to add contacts into your contact center. You can do a bulk import of contacts into the system. Or if a caller calls in or sends a text message or email or web chat, whatever it may be, if they come, it comes in a system and the contact center does not recognize that contact, you have the ability, it'll flash up there saying unknown contact. I usually recommend to the agents to gather that customer's information, get their first name, last name, any other phone numbers that can be reached at, email address, and start building this contact manager database here, because this could be a really helpful tool here. For example, if I want to go in here and I'm going to see when's the last time that Michael has called in or someone's called out to Michael here, I can type in his name. It's going to pull up in that contact. And you can see I have that customer's first name, last name, the company they work for, a phone number, an email address. But I can also go in here and say, let's view this customer's conversation history. So every single interaction from Michael from day one when I turn his contact center up and he's called in, I have every interaction in here. It's going to have a date stamp of when we talk to Michael. It's going to have timestamps, and you're going to see all the different channels as well here. So looking at the very bottom, I can see I have a phone icon with an inbound arrow. So I know that that was an inbound call at 12:15 today. I can go down here and look at the notes and the dispositions of that call. So dispositions is kind of the purpose of that call. You can customize your dispositions as well. I know that this was an existing customer, and then I also have the notes of what happened during that call. Right above that, I can see that Michael sent in, looks like here, a web chat. So I had that web chat conversation going back and forth. I also have some SMS conversations up above here. I have another call came in, but I have every interaction. You can see some outbound calls as well. And again, all those notes and dispositions are tied to this conversation here. And this conversation history will get tied to this user. And every single time that Michael calls in, regardless of which agent answers the call, they're going to have the visibility of these conversations here. Next part is recents. So recents is like me as an individual, as an agent. These are my recent interactions. Like kind of look at this like a call history log here. So you can see every interaction for, again, me as an agent, and I can see what channels they were, right? So I have inbound call on the 22nd at 12:15, another inbound call, and it's going to tell you the name of the users, their email addresses. Here's an AI web chat, email, outbound call, etc. So I can go in here and reference every call here. Here's a Facebook Messenger. And if I want, I can click on that, and I can go off to the right here and I can look at the dispositions. So I can see this was an existing customer. Caller was inquiring about real-time transcription. So I have those notes in here as well. But now here's a new feature with AI, right? So now this is me as an agent. If I needed to go back and reference something, I have a little AI tab here. I can click on that, and you can see the sentiment, key topics, summary, and transcription. So I have the ability to go in here, generate these calls here. So let's just go ahead and see what happens here. And it's coming out. So basically, this might have just been a test call, but basically going through here, it's going to show you the transcription, the summary, topic detection, and sentiment analysis, right? So now I knew this was a neutral call. Kind of give you a good call here. I went from Pam. I could look at this one. This is Pam calling into our travel agency queue. Down below, again, I have that whole call transcription back and forth between Pam and the agent. And then I have the summary of the call, right? So I see, this was probably a pretty lengthy call here. And now I can look at this summary. During the call, the customer inquired about booking a Disney vacation for a family from July 15th to 20th. So basically, it's giving that quick little summary of that call there. The topic of that call was regarding a purchase, and the sentiment of that call was positive. So we'll cover how the sentiment analysis prompts work and how you can kind of set them up as well. Next section here is statistics. So statistics is going to actually log me as an agent, my last 48 hours of interactions. So currently you can see I'm showing today's interactions. I had 5 interactions. If I missed a call or rejected a call, it's going to show that in here. It's also going to show my handle time and how long I've been logged in. This is really for me to get some metrics on myself to see how I'm doing here. Now, those 5 interactions, it will break them down by the channel. So you can see 2 of those 5 interactions were calls. 2 were web chat. And there's that 5th one, right? So there's the last one there was an email, but it's going to break them down by the channel so you can see those different interactions. If I go to yesterday, looks like I had one interaction yesterday. And then There it goes. It was a call. So it's going to have everything broken down by the channel. It's also going to have a little pie chart down at the bottom. It's going to break those different interactions down, and how long you're at lunch, how long you're logged in for, how long you're chatting, etc. It's going to have your average talk time, wrap up times, total talk times, and total wrap up times as well. So everything is kind of stored in that in your statistics there for yourself to keep some metrics. Next part, station settings. So this is important. Station settings are basically how are you going to tie up, how are these agents going to be handle these conversations? So it's the phone settings, right? So the recommended preferred method here is the one I'm toggled on here, is the browser soft phone. So it does have a built-in soft phone to this contact center. That'd be the number one preferred way. And I'll kind of go in order of the preferred methods here. PSTN is basically it's like nailing up a phone. So in this case here, I have 4060. This is actually my extension to my PBX registered phone. So I can actually have a call come in and ring to my desk phone. And then I also have voice over IP phone, which is a phone that's registered directly to the contact center. So these are your three options here. Again, number one being the browser software phone. And switch profile. So we talked about it earlier, right? I was using that SME user template profile. If I want to toggle over, let's just say the account management team needs some help of an agent taking some calls, I can go ahead and just switch right over, and now I'm part of that team's profile, so I can handle account management calls with having that profile template. So you can toggle back and forth to help people out with those profile templates. And we'll go back to our main screen here. Top left corner, we have our queue widget here. This is going to show me any calls that are currently waiting in queue here. Let me put myself back and ready. So if I'm in there, I can see some calls that are backing up in queue. I can see that in there. Down below, we have our team members here. So I can see which members of my teams are currently logged in. So it does show presence. So I can see Agent 1 is currently logged in, but they are red in a customer meeting. I have Bryce, who's on lunch. I have Brian, who's also logged in. That's in a meeting as well. Myself logged in green, ready here. And then I have some other agents that are part of the contact center. However, they're gray or black there. It's showing that they're just not logged in at this time. So you have that presence visibility there as well. And at the bottom, we have our conversations. You'll see here it says 0 active. So with this being an omni-channel contact center, you do have the ability to do concurrent conversations. So I'll show you what that looks like, but what I mean by concurrent conversations is if a call should come in, I could take that call, and then maybe a SMS message or text message comes in. I could take that text message, and then I see an email come in on the queue. I can accept that as well. So I can start handling concurrent conversations or customers at the same time. So with the digital channels like email, web chat, SMS, you have the ability to set some limits. How many concurrent conversations do you want in each one of those channels? So I currently have, for example, I have 3 text messages, concurrent text messages, 3 emails, and 3 web chats, and 1 voice calls. That's 10 different customers I could be handling as an agent at one time with those concurrent conversations. Now, to make an outbound call or conversation here, I have this blue button that says new conversation. If I click on call, you'll see it pops up in my little phone here. I have a from field here. It's red here. The reason being it's telling me to select an outbound phone number here. So you can see I have multiple different phone numbers here I can choose from, different area codes. So maybe you have a customer that has the need of giving that appearance of calling from different parts of the country. You can assign different area codes to that call queue. And I'm going to go ahead and choose on that. Down below, I can go ahead and type in maybe I want to call someone on the PBX side with their extension there. I can dial my 11-digit, 10-digit number, or if I know who I'm calling, I can just type in the name of that person and then go click on that and go ahead and make that call outbound. If I wanted to send a text message, very similar, I'm going to choose my SMS option here, choose which number I want to make that outbound text message from. Down below, I could type in my 10-digit number, or again, type in the name of a customer. Down below, I can go ahead and type in my message. I can attach an image, emoji, and then this hashtag here is called quick text. So if I hover over this, you'll see there's some keywords in here. What that means is I can actually pre-populate some phrases or templates in the system here and identify them with a keyword. So maybe I have a common question that comes in all the time, or maybe I don't feel like typing anything out. I can just go in here and just choose hello name. And now it's basically going to put in that phrase based off of that keyword. and then I can go ahead and hit send from there. Quick text is available for the text messaging, web chat, your Facebook Messenger. So some of those channels there, it's going to be available for you. I'm going to go ahead and hit discard. When I hit discard here, it's really what it's doing is I have my wrap up enabled on my SMS queue, so it's giving me an opportunity to put some notes in, a disposition if I choose to, and then complete my wrap up here. So now I'm back to my blank screen here. So I think we're at a good point now. I'm going to go ahead and make a live call so you can see what it looks like when a call comes in. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you real quick the dashboard. Looking at this dashboard, you can see that we have one live interaction by state coming in. So I know this is me calling in right now. Okay, here we go. So you can see here that I basically have an inbound call. There's a banner across the top here giving that visibility of an inbound call coming in. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. And I'm just going to mute it so I don't get feedback. So as an agent, what I had is that banner across the top letting me know there was an inbound call coming in. I also had some ringing going on in my headphones letting me know that there was an inbound call coming in. And then once I accepted that call, I actually had a call whisper. So since I handle calls for multiple call queues, it let me know that somebody was calling into, in this case here, it says subject matter expert queue. So I know which queue I'm answering that call for here. So now in this white box here, we have some information regarding this call here, right? So the bottom half of the screen, I can see Andy's called in here. And then the top half, here's that conversation history, right? So I have every single call from Andy that came into this contact center. I have those notes in here as well. So I can see, I can reference previous conversations in the notes here, all up top here. Down below, I have some keys down here, some buttons down here. So one, first off, we know it's Andy here, right? So I can see that. I can see how long the call's been active for. I can see what call queue they called into. And then down below, transfer key. So there's multiple ways I can transfer a call. I could transfer this call to a different call queue. I could transfer this to another, maybe it's another agent here. And you'll also note here that this has presence as well, right? So I can see agent one is logged in. Again, he's at a meeting here. I got Brian logged in a customer meeting. Bryce is at lunch. So my agents are actually going to be able to see what their status is before I go ahead and transfer a call to that agent. And then I have external destination, which could be an outside phone number, or it could be an extension on the PBX. I could just go ahead and send it over to transfer that call to a user on the PBX side. Now down below, you have more options. If I click on my more options here, you'll see that I have the ability to transfer this call based off of a language and a competency, which is a skill set. So for example, if Andy called in and he speaks Spanish and I don't speak Spanish very well, I could go in here and type in Spanish, click on that language, and now I can go ahead and transfer this call to any one of my other agents that's tagged for speaking Spanish. So if you have agents that speak a certain language, you can tag those agents, and now it's going to look for that agent and transfer that call to them based off of that language. The same for a competency. So this is a skill set. So if you have certain agents that have a certain skill set, so in this case here, I'm going to say Andy's looking for somebody that's in sales that speaks Spanish. So I can go ahead and here choose sales here, and now I can go ahead and transfer this call, and it's going to look for any of those agents that's tagged of having that skill set of sales as well as speaking Spanish. It's going to transfer that call to them. Now the transfer types are blind transfer, where I'm just going to send that call on its way and disconnect that call. I do have the ability to do hold and consult, which is basically a warm transfer, right? Put Andy on hold, reach out to Sean, say, hey, listen, I got Andy in the line. Do you mind if I transfer him over to you? He's going to, no, that's fine. Send him over. And then I can send that call over. And then I have the ability to do a conference bridge, a three-way conference bridge. So maybe I'm pulling Sean in on this call. We have a three-way bridge going. If I find out as the agent I'm not needed on this call anymore, I can go ahead and jump off that call. That call will still stay established between Andy and Sean, even though I initiated that bridge. Now down below, I currently have my dispositions and notes enabled during an active call. I find it beneficial that if I'm on an active call and I know what this call is about, I can go in here and I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm giving a demo right now. This is part of that call here. And I'm going to go down here and just put a little note in here saying giving a demo on OmniResponse. So this is going to save me some time at the end of the call, with actually putting in some notes after the call's over. Everything is auto saved here, so I can go ahead and close this out. Down below, you have your hold key, your mute key, the keypad if you need to type in any sort of DTMF tones there. And then up top, we have three little dots. If I click on those three dots, you'll see I have the ability to pause call recording. I do have call recording enabled in my call queue, so I can pause it for that sensitive information. Social security numbers, credit card information, whatever it may be. I have that ability to pause it and unpause it. And I also have the ability to do a scheduled follow-up. So let's just say Andy wants to be called back at a later date and time. I can go in here and just to say tomorrow, we'll go with 3:30. I can go in here and apply that. I can assign this to first available. I can assign it to myself. Maybe I want to go in here and assign it to another, maybe an account manager, right? So maybe I'll go in here and I'll choose my account management team, and I'm going to choose Brian here, right? So, and then I'm going to just basically say, give Andy a call back. Some questions. And then I can go ahead and schedule it. Now, the way it'll work is tomorrow at 3:30, Brian will get a pop-up on the screen saying, hey, give Andy a call back. He has some questions. Brian's going to go ahead and accept it, and it's going to automatically make that outbound call to Andy. If I want to call to Andy, he says, oh, can you do me a favor? Can you go ahead and send me that document? So I can go ahead and hit my plus symbol here, go to email. It's going to pop up in my little email here, and you'll see I basically already have Andy's email in here. I'm keeping that contact manager up to date. I could put my subject in here, put a little note. You can see all the formatting down below. Auto signature substitute will actually get replaced with the name of the agent sending out that email. Again, formatting down below. I can attach an image, document, emoji, and again, there's that hashtag for quick text. And then I can go ahead and hit send here. What I want you to notice down below under my conversations, I got 2 active conversations. You can see I'm currently on an active conversation with Andy over the phone as well as an email here. So it's showing me 2 active conversations. Once I go ahead and hit send here, Andy can say, yep, I received that document. Thank you. I can basically go in here, end that call. When I hang up that call, it's going to basically take me back to my wrap up and my disposition here. On my wrap up, you can see I have a 60-second wrap up. You can set that up to whatever you would like it to be. It could be unlimited, it could be 30 seconds, or no wrap up at all. So I can go in here and just put a little note saying I scheduled call back with Brian. And then you can also see off to the right here, this is a smart wrap up here. The call involved customer inquiring about sales engineering queue. This is basically saying that was that call queue that came in here. If I had my real-time transcription, basically you would see, it would give you more notes here, and I could do a quick another call in here to show you what that looks like. But it does give you the ability to copy that little note there and paste it into my notes here so it's available for that next agent. Call's over, I can go ahead and hang up that call, and that puts me right back to a green ready state there. So that's a voice call there. I'm going to do a quick call in so you guys can see what real-time transcription looks like. Okay, here comes that call. So again, all right, so it's going to look just like the other call there. And again, I can see that previous call there. I have those notes up top. Now, if I want my real-time transcription, I can go ahead and put my transcription here, and you'll see up above the transcription of the call. Now I have my phone on speakerphone. I got a little bit of feedback, so there's a little delay, but you'll see that transcription of what I'm talking about is going to be up in the top half of the screen here. So if we had a two-way call going back and forth with me and a customer, it's gathering this information. And then let's just say the call comes to an end. I'm going to go ahead and hang up this call, and we'll see that interaction summary pop up here. So you can see the call involved discussing the real-time transcription features. The customer inquired about how to access and view the transcriptions during the call, while the agent confirmed the functionality and noted a slight delay due to the feedback from the speakerphone. No additional concerns were raised. No actions are needed after this call. If it was a lengthy conversation going back and forth, whatever it may be related to, if there's enough content there, it's going to actually give you some suggested next actions. Remember to send the customer an email, follow-up email, or whatever it may be. It's going to have that in there, giving you the agent some kind of follow-up task to do. So I'm going to go ahead and end that out there. So that is your voice channel there. So that's one of the many different channels here. The next one I want to show you here is the texting one. So I'm going to go ahead and send a text message in so we can see what that looks like. So we can see up top here, I have a new SME SMS, so basically it's coming into this SME text queue here. I'm going to go and accept it. And I can see down below here it says hello. Again, I have all that previous conversation up above so I can see any of the previous interactions that went on with this customer. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of my quick text here and just reply back and get that conversation going. So now I have a two-way conversation going on via text messaging here with Michael. Now let's just say someone hits me up from web chat here. So I'm going to actually, all right. So here's my awesome online support website here. You can see down below, I have a chat bubble that pops up here. And let's change the user here. And when I hit start chat here, you do have the ability to ask the customer some questions. So it's like a pre-survey chat here, right? Ask the customer some questions here. How can we help you? I actually have some multiple choices here they can choose from. So maybe they just want to know about the business hours, and they're going to hit submit. Going back to my agent experience here, you can see I'm currently in a conversation here via text messaging with Michael, but up top here, I have a new web chat coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that as well. And I can see it's Kevin. How can we help you? Business hours. So I'm just going to go in here, choose my hours of operations from my quick text here and send a reply back. Now going to my company website here, you can see here I am as an agent replying back on that web chat to Kevin, letting him know the hours here. So back to my agent experience, you can see my conversations. I currently have 2 active conversations going on. I'm in a web chat with Kevin, and then I'm also in a text conversation with Michael, right? So I can toggle back and forth and see if they responded back and kind of reply to them. Once these conversations are over, I can go ahead and hit close that interaction out. And I'm just going to complete that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and close my conversation out with Kevin. And I'll just say this was asking about hours. And I'm going to complete that wrap up. And now I'm back green, ready to take that next interaction there. So that's your agent experience. Email's going to be very similar, but just kind of want to show you some of the different channels there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move this off to the side. And what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the supervisor functionality. So going back to my dashboards here, right? So home dashboard, which you guys saw there, this home dashboard, and then the next one here is agents and contacts. These are 2 default dashboards that come with the system day one. You do have the ability to go down here and create your own custom dashboards. If I hit new dashboard and I go ahead and hit add card, you'll see there's a lot of different cards in here you can choose from. So if I say I want to add this card, and maybe I want to add another one here, I can add that here. I can drag this. Maybe I want this to be bigger. I want this down here. I want this to be a little bit bigger over here. So you can customize your own dashboard. And again, this is going to be ideal for some wall boards, right? Throw these on a monitor, throw it up on a wall there, and have that visibility of what's going on within your contact center there. I'm going to go back up to the agents and contacts. This is one of your default dashboards here. So you probably saw me toggling back and forth. When there was an active contacts, you can actually see what's coming in and handle those calls. Home dashboard here, we saw we had 4 agents logged in. Now I have the visibility going to my agents contacts, and I can see which 4 agents are logged in. Now I can see the names of those agents. I can also see the presence, of what status are in there and what the state is. So again, agent 1's in a customer meeting. Bryce is at lunch. Brian's also in a customer meeting. And then you have Steve here that's ready here. It's going to also state the time they've been in those different states. Off to the right here, I have inbound, outbound, denied calls. So a little count here, just kind of showing me how many calls were handled by those agents. You do have the ability to go in there and add more or take away the information you want to see there. You can also filter them by different teams. If you have different departments and you want to see that, you can filter them down by teams. You'll see some icons here. If I need to log an agent out, I have the ability to do that. This eyeball here is actually a monitor feature, coaching feature. So if I wanted to listen in on a call, I could go ahead. If one of those users were actually on a live call, it'd be lit up bright blue there. I could click on that, listen in on the call. I could whisper to my agents, maybe give them some advice, and join the call if need be. And then the last one here on the far right, this is called session details. I can click on the session details, and it's kind of really paint a picture of what's going on with my agents here, right? So I can see this agent here, green ready at the top here. It's going to show me some of their ready states, how long they've been in a ready state today, how long they've been in a not ready state. You can see across the top here, this is showing me today. Maybe I want to go to last week. I can click on a day last week and choose those different days as well and see what happened on those days. If I want to get more granular, I can basically go to my state details tab, and this is going to show me exactly what happened with this agent throughout the day. So I can see May 22nd, this agent logged in at 8:32 this morning, and then I can see that they basically put themselves right into a ready state, which is good. And then I can start seeing, here's composing an email, chatting with a AI web chat, completing that in a wrap-up status, another chat going on. Here's a call that came in, 39 seconds. So I can see that they took a call. Then they went into a wrap-up status for 41 seconds. There's another call that came in. So I can see every interaction throughout the day with this agent. So I can kind of see what's going on there. Going to go back to the new dashboards here, and I kind of showed you how you can create cards and all, but this is another feature that's we talked about in the very beginning here. You'll see these dashboard cards, but there's also a tab here called shared reports. If I click on that, you'll see I have 5 shared reports here. You can see they're all shared by me. What a shared report is actually it's a report that was created by me, and I'm sharing it with all to see here. So when I click these, when I save that report as a shared report here, it's giving the people the ability to add this onto their dashboards here. So if I want to go in here and maybe do team call volume, and I want everybody to see that, I can actually go in here and have this report as a dashboard card here. And this is now, it's not a static report. It's going to refresh every so many minutes here. And in this case here, it's showing me today's call volume. But if I want to go to maybe last 30 days, I can apply that. And now I can see all my agents, how many calls they've accepted inbound, outbound, missed, rejected for Steve, Bryce, unknown agent, and then Steve Hudson FC here. So you can see the different agents here and their call volume. So again, that's a dashboard that was created, saved as a card here, so for all to use. So that will kind of segue us into the next part here, which is reporting. So make sure we're good on time here. So reporting, if I go to my reports icon here on the left-hand side, you can see you can group all these reports. There's a lot of reports in here. You can group them into categories, but I wanted to just kind of show everyone that says created by system. These are all canned reports. So these are all going to be available within OmniResponse day 1. So tons of reporting in here, canned reports. Anything that has my name in here are reports that I created in here from scratch, and I'll show you how that works. But just to kind of give you an example, if I was going to go in here and I just want to say, you know what, I want to pull a report on my abandoned calls. I start typing in abandoned, it's going to show me all the different abandoned calls that are in here. Again, the system ones are going to be canned reports. So maybe you'll be able to find what you need with one of the canned reports. If you're looking for something more specific, you can go in there and generate a report from scratch. So to generate a report from scratch, I'm going to hit this blue Add New button here. You can hit Summary Report, or you can do a detailed report, and I'll come back to that. So down below, if I'm going to create a report from scratch here, I'm going to go in here and start picking and choosing what do I want to see on my report. Maybe I just want to see, let's see, what am I getting here? Channel statistics. We'll go, we'll just pick, I'll just pick some
So
in
many
here.
metrics.
Yeah, I know there is a lot of metrics. Let me do, we'll keep it simple. Inbound, right? So I'm going to do total inbound. And then maybe I want to know the total outbound. Give it total outbound. We'll do missed, total, and we'll do rejected, total. So you can start going in here and picking all these reports and start building this from scratch, right? You want to pick and choose what you want to see on there. Give it a name. You don't have to have it as a graphical report. You can maybe choose, maybe you just want to have it as a kind of spreadsheet type of reporting there. And this is showing me today. Once I save this, I can change my date range. But really the point is you can tweak what you're looking for, or kind of build one upon. You can search for certain things and it's going to find that metric there, and you can select those metrics and build reports from scratch. So that's all available in there. One of my favorite reports in here, and I like to show this one, is the Detailed History Legacy Report. So this is a canned report. If I click on this, it will show me, again, select date range. It's going to show me today's interactions. I can go in here and maybe I want to change it to last 7 days, right? I'm going to hit apply there. The reason I like this report is because it shows me every single interaction, right? So I got chat, SMS, calls, Facebook Messenger, so I can see every interaction, whether it's an inbound, outbound, what call queue, what agent handle it. It's all going to be right in here. If I want to filter this, I can start getting into, maybe I only want to see my text messaging. Maybe I only see it from a certain team. So I can get as granular as I want. Once I tweak and get it to my likings, I can save it, give it a name, and now I have the select saved view. I can always go back and refer to a certain report that I built out from there. I'm going to go back in and reset it. If I'm in here as a supervisor and I could say, well, what's this chat all about? I can go in here and open this up, and it's actually going to show me this was an inbound chat from K Malone. It was received, it routed, delivered to this agent, and received by this agent. Now I know which agent is talking with Kevin here, and I can actually read that conversation. How can we help you? He was inquiring about business hours, and then here's the response from the agent. So that's from a web chat. Very similar with SMS. If I want to see that conversation, I can open that up, see who it came from, which agent it was delivered to, and see that conversation back and forth. If I want to go in here, maybe look at a call recording, let's choose one here. There we go. So you can see when I chose this call here, inbound call, I can see a giant wave file going across the top screen here. If I want to go in here and listen to it, I can listen to this call, go through and I choose to listen to for a 1 minute and 23-second call. But I also can go into AI now, and maybe I just want to see what happened during this call here. Well, this is a good one here. So here's the transcription here. Then I basically got a summary of the call. Looks like the customer inquired about issues they faced while trying to place an order online with the company, with ABC company. Agent acknowledged the problem and offered to check on any other website issues. And then basically you can see the topics here was an order issue, website problems. Sentiment of this call was negative, right? So this was not a good call. So this would be a prime example. If you want to start pulling reporting on your sentiments, maybe you want to see if you're starting to see a pattern of a lot of negative calls. Maybe you want to kind of look in there and see what's going on. Maybe it's a training issue with an agent, or maybe it's a process issue that you might need to change and improve to kind of improve the customer satisfaction here. So this is where the AI can be a beneficial tool here. So there's another feature here is feedbacks, right? So post-call survey. We've all been on those calls. Please stay on the line at the end of the call for a brief survey. You can ask the customer some questions. They can answer those questions, and you can pull reporting on the surveys. And then you have quality management. So quality management has the ability to have a bunch of different scorecards, different forms in here for supervisors to kind of manage their agents to see how they're doing. So right now, I have mine is based off of a customer experience. So I can go into my evaluation list, and I maybe have different teams here, and I can go in here and pick any random call, and maybe I just want to go ahead and start scoring this call here, right? So I have my wave file here. I can go in here and listen to this call, and as I'm listening, I can go through and answer my evaluation form, right? If the call is transferred to this agent, did the agent adapt their greeting accordingly? I'll say yes. Did the agent identify themselves to a customer? Yes. Did the agent mention the company name? So yes. So now, basically, this is a manual process for supervisors, and it's time consuming, but this is a kind of an ask for a lot of contact centers. So supervisors can go in there and grade their agents, see how they're doing. Once they're done, they can hit save and submit. With AI, now you can go ahead and have AI do it. So I don't have to waste my supervisor's times in here. We can have AI automatically go through here and grade these calls. Now in this case here, it's a random. I picked a random call, and I'm going to ask AI to do it. I don't have. If I choose to, I can have AI do every single call and grade them and submit them to my agents and let them know how they did on that call. So looking down below, I have my evaluations. If I change my date range to maybe last 30 days, we'll see some in here. Yeah, let me go back a little bit further, I guess. But basically, it would have all your different grades in here, so you can see. This one on the top got 100. The one below was 93.75. But so it's going to grade these calls and send them off to the agents, and the supervisors obviously going to see those scores as well. So when you have the AI modules all installed within OmniResponse, you'll see your transcription, your summary, your sentiment, your topic detection. The summary, real quick, I'm just using the default one here, a general summary. If we just take a look at that, you have the ability to go in here and adjust this prompt, right? So it's going to come with a standard prompt in here, but I just kind of want to show like an example here. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I was on a call and I got asked a question, does it have the ability to kind of make recommendations on what the agent could do differently or better to, improve that call? So I said, that's great. So let's go ahead. And so I put this last sentence in here. Give 2 bullet points on what the agent could have done differently to improve the call. And sure enough, the next call, summary, in the summary is going to have improvements, and it has 2 bullet points on what the agent could have done better. So you can tweak these prompts to help improve, your summaries here. That's a standard one here. Some silly ones in here, fun. Basically, summarize this call between the customer and agent. Do it as if you're a pirate. Summarize in a bullet point format. So if you want a cleaner look, you can kind of choose different prompts. That's your summary there. I want to make sure we cover sentiment. This is the big one here, sentiment. You're going to see your different prompts for positive, neutral, negative here. It's going to give you a little, kind of right off of what it's looking for. Expresses happiness, gratitude, satisfaction. The tone is upbeat and appreciative. That's a positive one. You can also put some keywords in here: happy, good, excellent, helpful. And then down below, you have your negative, right? Kind of customer expressed in frustration, anger, disappointment, some keywords: terrible, escalate, manager, supervisor, cancel. So these are things that it's going to be looking for to help it identify the tone of those calls. So let's see my last minute for Q rules. Q rules, these are some examples in here, but these are rules you can put in place to help run your contact center a little bit more efficiently. And for example, I have one here that says no agents logged in. The way this would work is it would get applied to a call queue, and right after someone hits that option to go to that call queue, it's going to take a look at that call queue, and it's going to say, if the number of agents logged in, and I have in here, is equal to a value of 0, then offer that caller a callback. Don't send them to a call queue, have them wait for 2-3 minutes listening to the queue music, and then send them off to voicemail. Just detour that call and send them right to an announcement that says all of our agents are currently unavailable. If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 1. So sending that call right off to a callback because it knows there's no agents in the queue to take those calls. And then another one here, email when there's greater than 6 callers in queue. So same thing, it's going to take a look at that queue, and it's going to say if the number of callers in queue is greater than, and I have a value of 6, then send an email. Trigger an email, send it to the supervisor, let them know that we got more than 6 customers waiting in queue. Let's get some more agents logged in to help out here. So again, this little things here that you can do to help run that contact center a little bit more efficiently.